Where did I just step into? This is extraordinary. You can see the abandoned house I'm exploring today right in front of me. There is plenty of vehicles, and let's tell you the story of the place I will be exploring today, as this house was once the home of Pascalle and Patricia. And Pascalle, he used to be a car dealer in classic French cars, whereas Patricia actually used to do championships with Spitz dogs. She was an animal lover. They were also holding birds, rabbits, and everything. And they loved their own pet that much that they even decided to stuff their own pets as a piece of taxidermy displayed in the living room. Now look at the facade, completely overgrown by the roots and the ivy. It's surreal, absolutely surreal. But enjoy watching this video, as it will be an unforgettable one. And yeah, we're gonna investigate it and show you every little aspect. So let's go. Alright, so I just came inside of the first room of this house, and I'm surprised. It's a complete mess. I mean, have a look around. Everything is full of garbage, boxes, dumped furniture. I don't know where to begin. Even the ceiling over there has entirely collapsed. This house is in a very bad state, at least for this room, because this place is a time capsule, a treasure. And like I told you in the intro, I'm not gonna wait you guys for any longer, because this treasure today will be unsheathed by me, and I take you with me, so enjoy watching. Okay, so I'm just gonna start off in the very messy room I was talking about. But let's try to peek through the mess, and maybe we'll find some hidden treasures. Oh, and here's an organ. ELX, it's the brand. And I think it used to be an electric one. Trying to move myself through the big dump inside of this room. There's plenty of medicine inside of the shelf. And some very old books over there. At least they seem older than they are. They're only from the 20th century, it is saying. Yet they are completely covered in white mold. So Pascalle and Patricia, who lived there, they were of an older age. And like I mentioned, both died of illness. Look at all the files over here, still in their original cases. Wow. I'm so wondering why this place ended up like this. Who was the culprit? I don't think Mother Nature. But were it vandalists? Was it a homeless person? Oh, look over here at the desk. It's a magazine, of course, about dogs. They were animal lovers. And it's dated from June 1961. Wow. Quite vintage magazine. All about nature. They probably kept it because they just loved the cover. My gosh, the entire surface of the floor is just full of garbage. Imagine that. Old paperwork, tiny things. A telephone. This place is heavily decayed. And that's quite logic, as it's been abandoned for 22 years already. Have a look over here. They used to have a bed here in the center of the room, and I think that's because they grew older and they could not walk up these tiny stairs anymore. That became increasingly difficult. So they just decided, let's put the mattress here on the downstairs floor, and it was easy to walk to the next room right in front of me. Follow me along. This was actually, I guess, their dining area. The dining area of Pascalle and Patricia. Pascalle, like I told, the car dealer with a big business in fixing up old-timers. And then Patricia, who was just very, very passionate in the Spitz dog championships. She was an animal lover and a nature lover as well. Now, talking about nature, as their home is neglected for more than 2 decades, the vegetation is slowly reclaiming the property. Talking about Spitz dog championships, look over here. This room has many, many trophies, numerous, all for Patricia. I guess she was very talented and passionate in what she did. Now this is very strange. I found many calendars indicating that the home got abandoned, like I told, in 1998. But this calendar is from 2012. And to be honest, it seems impossible that this home is only abandoned for 8 years. That's impossible. So I think somebody else just put it here. Now look at the wonderful grandfather clock. Wow. It's from 1879. Some tissues over here. Then have a look. So this is the complete collection of all the trophies of Patricia. And there's even more in the home. Like spread across the home there are some other lost trophies, but those are most of it. And then you get a strong awareness of the impermanence of life. Mrs. Patricia, she lived her life one day. She was passionate at what she did. She had a lot of rewards, and now the rewards are rewardless, as they are just catching dust and they are forgotten about. Unbelievable. Now look at this giant fireplace for actually just a small home. Also the stove right in front of it. It's such a traditional home. It's a piece of history. And it's lovely to explore and learn more about how these people, Pascalle and Patricia, lived. Have a look at all the ceiling panels. I'm very thankful to explore their home. Finally, after 5 times of trying, the 5th time I have good luck. Look, they also had some curtains over here. And they were actually leading to a little outer part. Another room, which was their kitchen. Now, apart from all the dogs, They were animal lovers and they were also keeping lots of birds. Have a look at the bird houses here, all the cages for the birds. It's so messy here. Lots of mold. It's almost repulsive, to be honest. But I'll make my way through to show you everything in more detail. All right. Oh, all the cutlery here. It's very narrow, but there's even still some kitchen products left in the shelves. Over there, tomato soup. And even the fridge is still containing some products. I think that over there is apple mousse, right behind the cream butter. Empty, luckily. Well, and then apart from the kitchen over there, they had a little part for washing with a sink. And of course, like you've seen in the dining room, they had 2 washing machines. Yet over here also used to be a sink, but it's broken. It's just on the ground here. Oh, and this was the bathroom. You can tell. Very, very strange. There used to be a bathtub here. The crane is still there. Yet the bathtub is gone. I think many of the people watching right now definitely agree to the fact that this home is abandoned for longer than only 8 years, like the calendar from 2012 was indicating. But with this part of the home having showed, it's time to go to my favorite bedroom inside of this place, and that's right over there. So like you can already probably see in the structure of this home, there is a staircase going up. And that one is right behind this door. It was so hidden that we found it very, very late. We were first making photos. I'm with a friend right now. And then we found this door. And we thought it's not very interesting. It's just another little attic part. But it's not. Just wait for it. First, the magazines from 1969. With a cat, of course. And with parrots. They obviously loved animals. Now have a look. The staircase going up here. But also many, many canned food in these jars. Whoa. Still with the dates written on them. With a marker. Horses, and even a fish. Oh, look at this very traditional chair. What was over here? I guess it was just a little storage part, but then prepare yourself for this room. I fell in love with it. It's oh so traditional. Wow. All right. Well, this is it. It's incredible. I think it's one of the most traditional bedrooms I've ever seen throughout my complete exploring career, and it's so well preserved in time. Absolutely fascinating. Where to start? Well, just have a look at the architecture. I think it's a mixture of German and French. But these wooden panels is also a very German design. And over here is a wardrobe with even more canned food. My gosh. They had loads. Yikes. It's even still moving. Oh look, this was for children from 𝗏𝗏𝗏. So maybe they also had grandchildren or children themselves. And then I guess this was an ancestor of the family tree. Whether it was from Pascalle or Patricia, I'm unsure. Maybe it was the father of one of them. It's sad to see that the place is messy here and there, but I can accept that, as some parts are still very well preserved and it's been abandoned for a very, very, very long time. Oh, look on top. I've seen this before and I think it's African. Over here is still a very vintage single sewing machine right in front of the window. Even original Singer plug. A little child shoe. There used to be a photo in here. Now it's gone. Oh my. This is a very, very vintage camera. The brand is King, made in Japan. Look at it. Was it a camera? It wasn't. I think those are binoculars. But I've never seen them in this shape. It looks like the shape of a camera. Very strange. But yeah, this is not a camera. I think those are binoculars. But just leave your feedback in the comment section as always. I would love to learn more. I really like this trophy, and even Patricia's name is written on it. It's dedicated to her for Spitz 𝗍𝗏. I guess that's Spitz championships. The typewriter here too, from Remington. And then this is probably some art which one of the people made themselves. With the wires. And even more trophies. Now over here actually used to be a book with all of their documentation. Some very important files, some notes dated from 1929 over here. These people clearly lived in the 20th century. And maybe they were already born in the 19th century. That's possible. Those were even some old bills of a mechanical company. I think, oh yeah, this was just like a diary. Over here, the 1st of January 1947. Just with all their plans. Yeah, this was their diary. Wonderful. A little doll on the ground. And then there is one other very, very interesting thing. Besides the old newspapers here. Whoa, from 1904. Okay, I didn't expect it, and they're still originally strapped with the ropes. Mon journal. Okay, well, okay, besides this incredible find, check out this, guys. This door is leading to a little attic part. Let's see if I can get up. Won't be easy, I guess. Alright. Here I am. Alright, let's see what we can find there. I cannot talk too loud due to the neighbors. There's still old stuff in these boxes. Here are some old cartoons in the newspaper. This was a painting. All these little books here. Whoa. Statue is broken over here. Then over there, that's the part where the collapsement happened. You can see the entire hole. So I'm definitely not walking in the proximity of that. It's too dangerous. Oh, look at the mannequin. That's odd. And another one here. This looks like it was a very old game. You could count the score over here on the sides. Now let's go back. Down. Ooh. Yep. Don't make too much noise. Alright. Well guys, I feel a little bit bad about this, but I have no other choice than to crawl over the bed to actually reach another part I spotted there. There's one door. I very badly want to check it out. So I have to walk over all the mess. There are still some bottles in the crate here. Okay. What will be behind this door? Whoa! This room, it's a time capsule. Have a look. The table in the middle. Over there, the stuffed dog's head. These people, they loved their own dogs that much that they decided to stuff them so they would be remembered forever as a piece of taxidermy in their home. It's a French thing, guys. I don't think it's a very common thing everywhere in Europe, but it's definitely a French thing. Now look at these plates over here. I think also some people from the family tree. This person seemed that he was a military. Maybe it was the father of Pascalle or Patricia. Even more bowls and trophies over here. The wonderful cupboard, which is standing. Oh, it's not a cupboard, it's only like a mirror. And it's standing on this marble fireplace. Wow. Also, please notice the paintings and the details everywhere on the wall. It's painted, it's no wallpaper, no. It's real paint. It's just wonderful. And if I close this door, you can even see it better. Isn't this lovely? All just hand painted. It's truly incredible. Over here, even some fishing rods. Look at the stone plate. It seems very old. And then this was a diploma for pedagogy, if I pronounce it right, like that way. But it's dated from 1887. That's a very long time. I think this was one of the studies of Patricia. Because Pascal specialized himself in the car business, which you are about to see later. There is even more than only this house. This place is massive and has so many beautiful features I want to point out. This was used for the storage of wine. This seems like a very, very old bottle of beer, and it's still filled. Those, let's see, I don't know what this cable exactly was. Oh, even more canned vegetables. Damn, look at the cobwebs too. Over here, the lamp in the middle. It created a hole for the cobwebs on the ceiling. Oh my, and then look here on the table. Those are all old bullets made out of copper, and they've been oxidizing, and that's why they got a blue color. Completely filled. There is also a letter, and it's dedicated to Mr. Pascal. Sadly no date, but I guess this was one of his friends writing to him. Seems like an informal letter. Wow. Look at the plate over here. It's a dog as well. And you can already see some other canned food laying on the ground here. And that's because it has fallen down outside of all these compartments here in the shelf. Again, it's completely filled. These people, they canned a lot of vegetables. Over here's the case of a violin. However, the violin is sadly enough not present anymore. Now there is one other door over here, but unfortunately, like you can see, it's locked. There is still one lock and yeah, it's impossible to open it. So unfortunately, I don't know what's behind this door. I am very curious, but it's impossible to go through. And look over here. It seems like this was a very classic and old school picture of a glass. And then they used to have another pet, also this dog. However, a very, very small one. Look. They also stuffed this dog. And what they were specialized in was Spitz dogs. That's where Patricia did her championships with. I guess this used to have been holding some jewelry. And this may be some cutlery. I don't want to break it. It's been very, very decayed. Oh, that's making an awful noise. There's still some cutlery inside of here. And this one is stuck. I'm also not going to force it. This one is broken even. I want to be very careful, but there's still some chinaware inside. Let's just leave it. This cabinet is in a very, very bad condition. It will probably be level with the ground if I touch it too severely. But I think this is only the second time I see a stuffed dog, and I've never found two stuffed dogs inside of an abandoned house. But back in the days, it used to be a normal tradition for some French people to memorize and honor their pet. They would actually stuff it, and it was placed in the center of, I think, one of the main living rooms. So that means that, yeah, it meant a lot for them. That's clear, that's evident. Now the last part I want to show you inside of the home is actually the upstairs. However, this is extremely dodgy. There are still some trophies left behind, and this is the collapsement of the attic part I was talking about. And because of the weight of the collapsing parts, there's actually another part which has collapsed. It's leading to a basement, I guess. But you definitely don't want to be falling down here. There is a big aperture in the floor. So let's be very, very careful. Alright. I guess I made it. Woo! Oh wow. Look at this inviting staircase going up. Even with more pots of canned food. It's not stopping with all these jars full of vegetables stored for decades. If you thought you even saw everything, I think those are even some more doors, yeah? Wow, look at this. Again, completely filled. And yet another one. This must have been a very big family. Again, entirely full. Now look at the curtains. One day they used to be pristine. Now they are just hanging there. Also covered in black mold. Okay. Well guys, let's check out the first room. Look at the tennis rackets. It's completely bended. This actually used to be a bedroom. However, not anything very special or unique. But yeah, just what you would expect from a normal bedroom. I really like the vanity over here. Oh wow, it's actually a wonderful upholstery chair here. However, again, it's severely damaged. Look at the downside. Now on my other hand side, there is another wonderful bedroom. I do have a feeling they had a child, and this one used to belong to the child. And if that's true, then the child, in that case, used to love to listen to music on a record player. Wow. Still very intact, from Vega, with the last LP even laying on it. There's nothing inside of this cabinet. Wow. What are those shoes? Are they snow boots? I guess. Very massive ones. And just have a look again how nature is making its way inside. Nothing inside of here. Let's go on this floor. There are still some other rooms over there. Also a very pocket spinning wheel. Oh, and there's some old photos of the family. However, I do not see anything which looks familiar to the house we are in currently. Would have been cool to have seen it from the outside, back in its former glory. Wow, look at this bedroom. Wallpaper coming down here. There's a doll with some trophies again. I do not want to make that much noise because there is a lot of neighbors here and it's very noisy. Wow! Oh my gosh. First, have a look at this antique mirror. It's gorgeous. But then, you probably already saw it. Have a look at the old rotary phone here. Completely full of dust. And what's on the right hand side from it? A statue of a Spitz dog. And with the statue of the Spitz dog having seen, I want to transport you to another part. We are going to the garden. Firstly, I quickly show you this part. We already checked it. But the door leading to the shed of them, right next door, is being completely barricaded. Too bad. I think it's holding something valuable, but I'm happy it's protected from thieves and vandals in this way. So guys, let's go to the garden and to the outside parts. You're going to enjoy it very, very much. So we are making way outside. It's very narrow. It's such a big mess in this part, but there are going to be literally hundreds of cars and old-timers which are reclaimed by very, very dense nature. Over here was another outside part, maybe for birds, but also possibly for rabbits or guinea pigs. Now look what they made. Over there, all the Spitz ducks would be, they would actually train outside of here. Okay, this garden, it's gonna be a big surprise. Prepare yourselves. Look over here. They made like an entire parkour. It's literally been swallowed up by the vegetation. The last time I was here was 3 months ago in summertime, and the vegetation was not this dense. Currently, I'm stuck. Can you help me, Jan? Yes, thanks. Man, what a mess here. You okay? Yes. Okay, look also over here. They were also keeping other animals. This is such a crazy place. And the story is so clear about how these people lived and what they did. Now look, if we walk underneath the wall here, this garden is giant. Jan has never been here. He is a little expecting what's about to follow. Trust me, bro, there are going to be dozens of cars. Over here another part where they were keeping animals. So strange. There was also an entire wall made around the premises. I'm so stuck right now. We are struggling loads. Okay, this is crazy, man. Well, here we are. We are starting to see the first old-timers. Well, the first vans, some yellow vans. Cars are literally just stapled on top of each other right over here. It's reminding me of the last time in Sweden, where we visited an abandoned vehicle graveyard. Whoa. Some very old French cars, there are some classic ones. Look at this Renault. And another one on top. Completely covered in all the brambles. So bro, I'm gonna leave my bag here because the parkour which is about to follow now, it's impossible to climb it with a camera bag. I'm leaving my bag here. Now join me on a tour through all the abandoned cars. It's extremely slippery. The last time we did this place, it wasn't that hard because it was summertime. But right now, everything is full of moss and is extremely slippery. My gosh, this is dodgy with a camera in my hand. I don't want to fall down. I have to do this very, very cautious. Look, the complete garden is just full. And it was a massive garden. I don't want to fall, guys. Hell no, it's too slippery. I'm gonna sit down. Some brambles. Okay, first part covered. I guess that was the hardest part, if I remember it right from the last time. My gosh, I keep on saying this word probably, but I'm still so surprised with this place. How is this possible? Just in the garden of someone's house. Okay, well, the last parts of their garden. I'll tell you, this place is crazy. It's unreal. A Renault again, mainly Renaults. French brand of a car. That car is literally hidden in vegetation. You can still see a little bit yellowish of it. Those were the front windows. There is a caravan over there as well. Oh, it is even continuing. Wow! There's a very, very old Mercedes. No way. It's entirely covered in all the ivy. So it became very difficult to see it. I'm trying my way to get my way through there. Sorry guys. It's quite strenuous to climb over all these cars, so alright. Let's see, the garden is not over yet. It's even still stretching to the end where there's an abandoned tractor like I can see from here. Let's try it. Wow. Look at the classic Mercedes. There's another car there, and another one. My gosh. I think this is as far as I can go. I don't know if it's safe to climb this part. What the hell? I thought the tractor would be the end, but it's even going on and on. Is this ever stopping, this garden? Can you imagine the length of this garden even? Whoa. It's an incredibly huge junkyard of classic vans and cars, mostly French brands. And it was Mr. Pascalle who was dealing in all these vintage vehicles back in his days. They were probably not even vintage, but just from that time era. And not only cars, like you can see over here. Well, it seems that somebody is walking here regularly, so I'm gonna do this quick. Another old Mercedes. There's neighbor's garden. I have to be careful at this point. I hope he didn't saw me. He's probably the person who's still looking after this place. So that was it for this garden with the vehicles, but we are even not finished yet because there is more vehicles. There is also a hangar right on the right side of the home, and it's also containing lots of vehicles. So I'm gonna make my way back through all the brambles, and yeah, we're gonna film that hangar. Hopefully it's open as well. Let's go. Okay, so we are walking to the hangar right now. The only thing is I do not know where the exact exit of the hangar is. And like you've seen in the intro, there's even all cars here in the front. That's the hangar on the right. And that was the house we just explored. What a time capsule. So unfortunately the hangar is closed, but to give you a little bit of an idea of what it looks like, look at it. An entire hangar which was used as the garage for all the classic cars. It's truly unbelievable. So that was it for a memorable place to explore. You can hear the dogs in the background. Those are the dogs of the neighbor. And the last 3 times, they were actually the reason why this place was not possible to visit. But right now we did, and I genuinely hope you appreciated my efforts climbing over the vehicles. I also want to thank my friend Jan for joining me on this adventure. And if you enjoyed it as much as I did, because this place absolutely sparked my mind, then please don't forget to hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel down below, and also right next to the subscribe button there is a little bell notification button, and make sure to click on that one as well if you don't want to miss out on any future episodes. If you want to support our channel, that's also possible through Patreon or PayPal. You can find the links down below in the video description. And then I would like to thank you for watching, and we will see you on our next adventure. Peace out from the winter landscape here in France, and bye bye.